Hey friends, Boundless Divine here, artist, organizer, and spiritually based mental health advocate. And this is Divine Time. Alrighty, please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And with that being said, we're going to get into the topic for today, which is how what you eat can make or break your destiny. Sounds dramatic, but it's not. All right, so in this episode, I'm going to be giving some advice on just simple things that you can do that make a huge difference in your life, and as a result, the impact that you can make. But I'm going to start with just like my personal experience to show that like this has some weight, right? So just for context, like I know I'm small, but I'm not a girl who's going to be like, you have to eat 1,000 salads and blah, blah, blah. Like I'm not the one, back in my prime, I could pound a whole pizza by myself. Like I pride myself in being a food lover. So I'm not out here trying to be like, you have to starve yourself or deprive yourself of sweets and stuff. I'm just saying like, there's little different things that we can do to take care of ourselves, and knowledge is power. All right. So let's get into that. So as of a month ago, I kept finding myself in circumstances where people were giving me random information about what I'm eating. Like they kept asking me, what are you eating? Or do you take vitamins? And this is not something that happens to me regularly. One of the first was my great aunt, and she was telling me that I should drink grape juice because I told her that I was always tired, and like 100% grape juice is good for blood and energy. And I was like, okay, interesting. And then I had an annual exam with my gynecologist, which is like not someone you'd expect to give you food advice, right? But she was saying, I was telling her, I'm like, yeah, usually around like 1 o'clock every day, I get super tired. And I told her that like I have smoothies and stuff for breakfast. And she was saying that it makes sense because smoothies are high, sugar, then you're probably crashing, and then I should have more protein. And then I even got an IFA reading, and IFA was like, and for those of you who don't know, IFA is like African spirituality, I as a priestess, yada, yada, yada. But like, even IFA was like, you need to, take vitamins, take care of yourself. And it's so weird because like, one of the most common angel numbers that I see is 921, which is like, it's time for you to start being a light worker, but you have to take care of yourself first. And I kept ignoring the take care of yourself first part. And I was like, light worker, okay, I gotta do all my responsibilities and get things done. But Spirit has really been driving home for me for the past month that like self-care is literally could be as simple as taking your vitamins. And I'm telling y'all, it's made a huge difference. So I had all these appointments about a month ago. Your girl has been, so I even did an episode on invisible illnesses because I was having like chronic migraines. I started taking the vitamin D pills because I was vitamin D deficient. I'm on the East Coast. Like my doctor was saying that most people are vitamin D deficient over here. That's just how it is, right? So I started taking the vitamin D pills. I started drinking a little grape juice, like my auntie said. I haven't had a migraine in like weeks, like a full-blown migraine. When it used to be a thing where like every day around 3 o'clock, I'm like, that's it. Like my whole head would pound. I could not understand anything. Like it's really crazy. And I'm not telling you this to say like, oh, you need to drink grape juice and take these vitamins. Like if you know me, then I'm actually trying to tell you the opposite. Like what's right for me isn't necessarily going to be what's right for you. Like we all have our own unique design and things that are good for us, right? So just some advice on that. I'm like, okay, so how do you figure out what's right for you? So for one, I would say definitely like go to a dietitian. There are people who are trained in healthy eating and things that can help you find like a great eating plan that even includes like sweets, because that's actually spiritual. Like there are some spiritual entities that like sweets and sugar, and we have to nurture our inner child, and it can actually do more harm than good trying to deprive ourselves sometimes of like just enjoying that cookie every once in a while. Like you're not a hero for never eating a cookie, right? Like we gotta find the balance between like, eating the salads and stuff, and then also making sure that we hold space for burgers if like we like burgers, right? And so then the second piece of advice that I have, which actually I wrote down as first because I think it's the most like important and basic thing that you can do that makes a huge difference, is drink water. Like drink water. Water is so good for you. Like it literally, whether spiritually, like people who are psychic and empathic, whenever you're doing lots of spiritual or energetic work, it's great to have water there. So like just on a spiritual level, water is great, but even physically, like, do you know how many problems come as a result of dehydration? Like headaches, like all this other stuff, like water is it's slept on, but like water is lit. Water is really, really lit, and just drink it. Drink lots of water. And then the third piece of advice that I have is to figure out your blood type. So I did a whole episode on the Divine Diet series, like I said, on the blood type diet. And that's just like, it's by this guy and it's not backed by the FDA. But before you take that as this is not real, like, let's just kind of briefly unpack this, right? Like, basically Mans was just like, yo, depending on your blood type, you should eat these certain foods. And if you don't, like, this will be what happens. And the FDA and everything was like, no, we can't back this. But like, why would it be a problem for them if people accepted this? Well, this is like 1 billion, maybe even more. Like, this is the medical field, like hospitals and all that, they make bank and they require sick people to be profitable. So if we knew as a people that we could just eat foods that are like best for us and we would not have a lot of the issues that we have, like, yeah, of course they're not going to tell us that. Anyway, so just check it out. Like, I made a whole video on it. You can Google it if you don't want to watch my video. It doesn't matter. Just check it out. Like, at the very least, you try to eat different foods for a few days and nothing happens. At the very best, your whole life can change. And that's coming from someone who, like, y'all, I talked about this a couple of times before, but like, I literally went like I tried to stop eating meat. I tried to go vegan, and like, your girl lost 30 pounds that she did not have to lose. Like, it was so bad. I couldn't keep anything down. Nobody knew what was happening. I did all these tests, colonoscopies, endoscopies, all my blood work was like healthy. I just wasn't like, I couldn't eat anything. And it turns out that with my blood type, I'm supposed to be having a lot of meat. And, I told the doctor, the gastrologist that, and he's like, not true. I ate a burger. And after that, all the GI problems I had went away. Like, I went from like, I couldn't hold anything down to like, I ate one burger and my whole, like, and I was able to gain weight again. Like, I got really, really tiny, and it was scary for everyone. And like, I had to do something that was non-traditional, you know what I mean? So just look at it. It doesn't hurt. And yeah, like, it's so important to just like know what's right for you. And that leads to like the final point is just listen to your body. Like, if you're always tired, there's something to that. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't always be tired. You shouldn't always feel like maybe you're hungry or whatever. Like, your body knows when things are working in harmony and when it's not. So listen to that. And yeah, so I hope that this helped. And the reason why I said that this is like, that it's crucial to your destiny to take care of what you eat, because I went from like I said, at 3-4 o'clock, I was just like not able to even like comprehend life, like couldn't even like text messages, to these last few weeks I've been able to work more. I've been doing more content stuff. I've been hanging out with my friends more and family. I've had more energy for my loved ones. I've had more energy to do the things that inspire the creativity. And like, I couldn't make the most out of my life because I wasn't feeling like, I only had so much to give physically. And like, something that I've seen, and like, even just like listening to podcasts or looking through the stories of my heroes, is like, a lot of them, especially like Black women, they die young. A lot of like really gifted and powerful people, like outside of, like the violent aspect of it, a lot of people die young because of health issues. And like, while it's really important to make a positive impact, while it's better to leave the world a better place than how you found it, like, it's so important to make sure that you get to enjoy your life when you're here. And like, if at the very basic level, you could just take some vitamins or, eat certain foods or limit certain foods, and like, you get to live longer and just have more peace with yourself and enjoy more time with your loved ones. Like, that's the goal. Like, we're not here to just give to this world. We're here to enjoy it, right? And so I think that it's just so important that we really pour into ourselves while we're talking about light work, because we gotta nurture the light for it to shine. And I'm like, speaking to me too, like, you know. So I think that's all that I have for y'all today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please share with a friend that you think that this will help. I think that next week I'm going to be talking about shadow work because the people have spoken. Y'all told me, yes, talk about shadow work. So I was going to do that next week. And then the week after that, I believe I'm going to talk about financial security because, and financial literacy. I think that, yeah, so many of our issues and problems in life go around like money and finances and stuff. And I think that's something that we really have to unpack as like spiritual and everything. So stay subscribed so you don't miss any of the cool stuff coming up. If you'd like to give me a little love donation for this energy exchange, I can be blessed via Cashapp at Boundless Divine and also at Buy Me Coffee at Boundless Divine. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Boundless Divine. Facebook, definitely make sure you follow me there because I share more links and stuff like when I get information. And yeah, so remember that you are good and you are worthy and you are loved. Never forget who you are because this world needs your light. Be kind with yourself because practice makes progress and all things come in divine time. And as you leave this space, may you go in peace, in love, in pleasure, purpose, and prosperity. In the name of love, Ashe. Thank you so much for coming, friends. Peace. Also, can we just talk about how my mom really just hooked up my hair? Like, she really did that. Go off, Mama G. All right, peace.